So we're ready to start the December 20th AM turn of Bitter Woods. And you'll notice here on the turn record track, that the Germans now suffer supply shortage. You'll see here is a supply shortage table. Basically what you do is you roll one die. If you roll anything other than a 1 or a 2, the Germans experience a supply shortage. So let's see what they get. The Germans rolled a 1, so the Germans do not have to worry about a supply shortage. For example's sake, I don't know how to say that. Let's say they had experienced a supply shortage and I'd rolled a 5. Who would be out of supply? One division of the 2nd SS Panzer Corps. So the 2nd or the 9th SS would be out of supply. I'd like to give you a little overview of the map so that we can kind of see where we're at right now. Germans have made a lot of progress coming all the way from here, taking Bastogne, and are continuing to march towards the Meuse. They have reached a bit of a roadblock here in the thick of the Ardennes force. They got behind the river, the Americans did. But I would say all in all, the Germans have made very good progress. Better than they did historically, of course. I'd like to talk about victory conditions as well. The game has several levels of victory. I'm going to read these victory conditions to you. German strategic victory. The German player wins a strategic victory if he exits off the western or northern map edge a total of 6 supplied mechanized units, 2 of which must be armor, the equivalent of a Panzer Corps, from any road hex west of the Meuse River. The instant the German player accomplishes this, the game ends. So obviously the goal for the Germans is to get across the Meuse and off the map. If they can do that with 6 units, 2 of which must be armor, they get an instant strategic victory. German tactical victory. The German player wins a tactical victory if at the end of the game he has 3 supplied mechanized units, 1 of which must be armor, the equivalent of a panzer division, across the Meuse north of the town of Virot, hex 5223, and there is at least 1 German unit in at least 2 of the following 3 towns: Bastogne, Saint-Vith, and Marche. Well, first of all, the Germans already control Saint-Vith and Bastogne. So Virot is down here, right here. So if the Germans can get 3 units across the river north of this town and maintain control of Bastogne and Saint-Vith, they will achieve a tactical victory. The game is a draw if at the end of the game the German player has at least 1 unit in the towns of Bastogne, Saint-Vith, and Marche, or at least 1 unit in 2 of the 3 towns, and at least 1 supplied mechanized unit within 1 hex of a Meuse River hexside north of the town of Virot and south of the village of Ramey. Ramey is up here, right here. So basically, a draw would be the Germans controlling Saint-Vith, Bastogne, and Marche, or 2 of the 3 in having a unit within a hex, a mechanized unit, within a hex of the Meuse between those 2 points. No, you can't simply sidle up next to the Meuse here at Liège and gain a draw. You do have to make some ground and move down further west. Okay, an Allied tactical victory. The historical result. At the end of the game, the Allied player avoids both the German conditions for victory and those for a draw. So technically right now, the Allies are winning this game. They would actually be, if the game ended right now, they would achieve a tactical victory because the Germans have not satisfied any of the victory requirements, mainly because Marche is still Allied controlled. An Allied strategic victory is when the Allied player avoids both the German conditions for victory and for a draw, and at the end of the game there are no German units in the towns of Bastogne, Marche, and Hofleis. So if the Americans can keep the Germans from crossing the Meuse, and can control Marseille and retake Bastogne and Hoflies so they can achieve a strategic victory. There's also a victory level shift. Should the German player succeed in eliminating 44 or more Allied units, the victory level shifts one level in favor of the German player. Should the Allied player succeed in eliminating 18 or more German mechanized units, the victory level shifts one level in favor of the Allied player. Now, I'll be honest with you. I've never seen a victory level shift in this game. Right now, the Allies have lost 21 regiments, which is a lot, but they're still not even halfway to that requirement. And 18 German mechanized, that never happens. If that happens, the Allies don't need a victory level shift. I'm sure they're winning a tactical victory if they've destroyed 6 panzer divisions. So those are the victory conditions, and it gives you an idea of what the Germans and the Allies are both working towards. Of course, here in the middle, the main goal is to reach the Meuse, to keep pushing and reach the Meuse. A secondary goal is to take Marseille here. You'll notice, though, how do I put this? So long as the German units are pushing towards the Meuse here and have not turned towards Marseille, well, we're still going for that strategic victory. Once you start sending panzer units south towards Marseille, that's going to hurt your momentum towards the Meuse, I think. And basically at that point you can tell the Germans are working for a draw or something. Not the case right now. The Germans and the Allies both get reinforcements this turn. This Führer Guard Brigade, I believe it was a brigade, is coming in here, which is good. I'm going to have him help shore up this flank down here in case Patton decides to roll in on the side here. And way up here at Liège, the Americans get a very good unit, the 3rd Armored Division, which is a very powerful unit. It comes in here at letter N. Oh, Monty arrives too. Monty arrives on the battle field, and he can start bossing people around. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do down here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start shifting some stuff. So I'm going to shift him over. I'm going to shift him over. Shift him over. Shift him over. And he's going to prepare to move to there. I think I'm going to have Führer Guard come in. One, two, three, one. I have him just hang out in this area, I think, just to keep an eye on the flank. Okay. So I'm going to have 2 regiments of the 212th come down here. And one go there. Go to there. So this regiment of the 560 Volksgrenadiers will cross the river. Nebelwerfers. Have these Nebelwerfers come back to here. Oh, I forgot to roll again to see if the Allies blow the fuel dump here at Samri. That start happens at the beginning of the turn. The Allies rolled a 2. They're close. Remember, they need a 1. What I'm contemplating is having this regiment of the 26th Volksgrenadiers repair the bridge. This bridge is blown. But if I do that, it hurts me in this attack. So I think what I'm going to do is have him go here to there and have this brigade come over and help out across the river. Okay. You have to be worried about Patton coming in this area here and wreaking havoc. So you want to make sure you defend here. And I think if I can push them off there, this guy will come up around to there. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay. So one of these regiments is going to go like that. One regiment's going to go like that. This artillery can now fire there. I'm going to have Skorsny come back down here and help out. With any luck for of course the Germans have had nothing but luck this game, frankly, but with any luck they will be able to take that fuel dump this turn. Okay. So 2nd SS is going to run down that road and attack the artillery there. Like that. 9th SS is going to come up. The 560th. We'll go to there. Or the 1130 of the 560 Volksgrenadiers. And okay. The Allies, which I mean by that me, should have moved him out of there. That was a mistake. That was a blunder. But we all make mistakes. So okay. So these guys are going to go 1, 2, 3 to right there. The 1st SS I'm going to go to here. Both these Nebelwerfers are going to come down, help out. Well, okay. Gonna get ugly for the Americans. Lots of big attacks all over the place. I think I'm gonna have all of these guys move up a little bit. So they'll go to there. And go to there. So the 12th SS is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, mud is over with, so mechanized units can now go, it's cost them 1 to move through clear terrain. Oh, Dietrich. Okay. See if I've forgotten to do anything. Well, one thing you'll note is you stay 2 hexes away because it prevents the Allies from having an opportunity to blow the bridges. If you get there or there, then they get to roll on the bridge blowing chart and try and blow them. It's kind of a gamey feature of the rules that honestly I don't really like, but that's how the rules are. Okay, so let's start up here. First thing I've got to do is decide where I'm going to distribute Allied artillery. I think I'm going to have him fire here and him fire here. So this unit is going to have 4, 8, 11, attacked by 3, 14, 21, 30, 35, 40, 45. So that's going to be a 4 to 1 minus 1. I rolled a 6 down to a 5 is a D1 result. They have to retreat 1 hex. And I'll have the whole 26th Infantry Division cross the river. Okay. So right here, the Americans have 7, 11, 15, 21. The Germans have 6, 12, 21, 29, 32, 35, 40. So not, oh, and artillery, 45. So a 2 to 1 with a minus 1 for flanking. So 2 to 1 minus 1. Roll a 1, which becomes a 0 result, which is a D3. which eliminates those 3 regiments. And now the Germans will advance and take control of the fuel dump. I think oops. Okay, the 116th Panzer will advance and then move up to the river. The 560th and the 62nd Divisions, all of them advance into the hex. And I'm going to have Scoresny go, because it was a 3 result, he can go 4 hexes. He's going to go down to here. Okay, so the Germans no longer have to worry about fuel because they captured the dump at Samri. Okay, up here, the Americans have 7, 7, 16, 22, 28, 39, 45, 51, 54. So it's enough for a 7-1, down to a 6-1 for the terrain, -1 for ER, -1. Do I get -1 for flanking? Yeah, -1 for flanking, because I have these 3 Panzer regiments with an ER 5 or higher. So 6-1 -2. Roll the 4, which becomes a 2, which is a 1d2. So he has to retreat and eliminates him. And he'll move down the road. Second Panzer will just stay put for right now. And he'll stay put. I got 2nd Panzer and 2nd SS right in here. A little confusion. 21. Now remember, artillery is halved, rounded up. So he's 2.5 rounded up to 3. 21 to 3 is 7-1. He's on a hill, so he gets 6-1 for that. 6-1 with a -1 for ER. That's a 4 result, round down to a 3, which is a 1d1 result. Artillery have no steps, so he's eliminated. And I'll have them just go into the hex. Okay. Up here, the Americans have 8 factors, 6, 14, 18, 43, 51, 59, 65. 65 to 8 is a, what is that? 65 to 8, I can't do math right now, is a, well, that's a 7-1. 65 to 8. Yeah, 7-1. 65 to 8. Down to a 6-1 for the terrain. -1 for ER, -1 for flanking. So 6-1 -2. Roll the 1. Ugh. That's a DE result. So he is eliminated. First SS will, you get a 1 hex advance in this instance. So first SS will advance into the hex. Okay, up here, the Americans have 6, 11, 16, 21. The Germans have 10, 17, 24, 27, 30, 37, 37, 43, 49. So it's going to be a 2-to-1, down to a 1-to-1 for the hills, -1 for flanking. So 1-to-1, -1. Roll to 5, which becomes a 4, which is an engaged result. So we're all engaged there. Okay, so that's the end of the German turn. What are the Allies going to do? The biggest problem we have is this right here. There's nobody there. And there are 3, 4 Panzer divisions sitting right there. 5 if you count the 116th down here. I was talking about how sometimes one side or the other, you can tell if they're playing for a draw or an outright victory. Well, it might be time for the Americans to try and play for the draw. What I mean by that is, I don't know if they can hold anymore. They've taken so many losses. They just lost 5 more regiments and a battery of artillery. 2 regiments of the 82nd. 2 regiments of the 9th Armored. A regiment of the 7th Armored. All good units. So what I'm talking about is it might be time for the Americans to withdraw to the Meuse. Get behind the Meuse and try and fend the Germans off until they get the British and Patton's army here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't see any alternative. If I continue to hold, I think those 4 Panzer divisions, there's nothing to stop them right now. They'll just drive right across the Meuse. So we're going to start shifting some units. I'm going to start up here. He has to stay behind. He's engaged. So that's a problem. If I can't leave him behind. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is start pulling units back here, here. Remember, I have the 3rd Armored Division coming in at N. One go there. One drive down the road to there. Actually, I'm gonna have him go down to there. Put the mechanized infantry in the middle. Monty's gonna hang out here at Liège. These units, I think, have to stay in place until he gets out of that engagement so that they can withdraw. I don't want to leave them behind. Okay. So this regiment of the 1st Infantry Division gonna go back to there. Yeah, he's gonna go back to there. Sorry, what I'm contemplating is maybe I should leave these two regiments over here behind. Notice I don't have a lot of coverage here right now. Let's see where I can get to with the units around Bastogne before I make that decision. Okay. So this artillery is going to pull out. Going to go way up there. These guys are in a bit of a spot. They can't get away. So there you go, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 to right there. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I'm going to have the 82nd stick together right there. Okay. Oh, down here. Two more regiments for the 101st. Well, actually, I'm sorry. A regiment of the 101st and 2 regiments of the 4th Infantry Division. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have him come to here, go to there. Okay. Well, these 2 regiments of the 101st Airborne and the 1/10th of the 28th Infantry Division, they got to try and hold that for at least one turn till some reinforcements get here. See, the Americans just don't get much right now. They get a few regiments here and there, and not till the 22nd. Not till the 22nd when Patton arrives and Horrocks arrives with the British. I forget which army it was, but anyways. Okay. Oh, let me blow some bridges. I can blow some bridges right now. So we're going to try and blow this bridge right here. We're successful on a 1, 2, or a 3. Roll the 5. Gonna try and blow this bridge right here. Successful on a 1 through 4. Roll the 2, so that bridge is blown. Let me see where else I can blow bridges. Up here, I'll try and blow this bridge right here. Successful on a 1 through 4. Roll the 6. I can try and blow this bridge. Successful on a 1 through 4. Rolled another 6. Not a lot's going the Americans' way in this game. Not a lot. Well, we blew one bridge. Okay, so that's the end of the December 20th AM turn. We will return with the December 20th PM turn next. Until then, take it easy.